Scam number 1 is the made-for-seniors product that's really just a ripoff, and Amazon is the perfect place for it because a sketchy seller can look legitimate for just long enough to get your money. Here's the pattern. You're shopping for something sensible, like a blood pressure monitor, a pulse oximeter, a hearing aid alternative, a knee brace, an arthritis glove, or one of those gadgets that promises to boost circulation or relieve neuropathy. You type a couple words into Amazon and suddenly you've got pages of products that look medical, sound scientific, and have thousands of reviews. The price is usually positioned in a very specific way, not cheap enough to feel fake, but not so expensive that you pause. It's that sweet spot where you think, this is probably fine and it'll save me a trip to the store. The problem is that the marketplace is packed with products that borrow the look and language of healthcare without actually being trustworthy. A huge red flag is anything that claims to measure something important: blood pressure, oxygen levels, glucose, even heart rhythm, while coming from a brand you've never heard of. In 2026, there are a lot of devices and smart features being sold online that sound impressive but haven't been properly reviewed. And the reason seniors get hit is simple. This category is built on trust. If you're trying to manage blood pressure or you're watching oxygen levels, you're not shopping for entertainment. You're shopping for peace of mind. That makes you more likely to pay extra for something that sounds official. The gouge hits seniors two ways. Sometimes it's cheap junk dressed up as healthcare and priced like a premium medical device. Other times it's a basic product that's been private labeled, rebranded, and marked up because the seller knows seniors will pay more for anything that sounds like it helps pain, blood pressure, sleep, joints, circulation, balance, or inflammation. And the listings are engineered to feel reassuring. They'll use phrases like medical grade, doctor recommended, clinically proven, and other official sounding words that don't necessarily mean anything. They'll show graphs, badges, stock photos of people in lab coats, and testimonials that all sound the same. The goal is to make you feel like you're buying something closer to a pharmacy product when it's really closer to a generic gadget. Here's a reality check that helps. Even big platforms have had to crack down on waves of misleading health claims and opportunists, especially when people are scared and shopping fast. That tells you the marketplace attracts sellers who treat health anxiety like an ATM. And seniors are exactly the group these sellers want, because seniors are more likely to be shopping for health-related items consistently, not just once in a while. So what do you do without giving up the convenience of online shopping? First, for anything that measures something, blood pressure, oxygen, glucose, avoid mystery brands. Try to buy known brands you recognize from pharmacies, or buy directly from a brand's official store page. Second, look at who is actually selling it. Sold by Amazon or fulfilled by Amazon isn't a perfect shield, but it usually lowers your odds of dealing with a seller who disappears tomorrow. Third, read the one-star reviews first. Not because one-star reviews are always right, but because they'll tell you the failure mode. If you see a pattern like inconsistent readings, stopped working, can't return, instructions make no sense, that's your answer. Fourth, compare pricing across a pharmacy site, a big box store, and Amazon. If the Amazon version is double the price and the brand is unknown, you're probably staring at a marked up rebrand. Fifth, for supplements or anything that claims to treat a condition, be extra strict. I'm not saying never buy supplements. I'm saying don't buy miracle cures from a brand you've never heard of, from a seller that popped up last month based on reviews that sound like they were written by the same person. In doubt, stick to mainstream brands you can also find at Costco, Walmart, Target, CVS, or Walgreens, places that have more to lose if they sell garbage. And finally, give yourself one phone a friend habit. Before you buy any health-related item over $50, send the listing to a family member or friend and ask, does this look legit? A second set of eyes is shockingly powerful, and if you already bought something and it feels wrong, generic packaging, weird instructions, inconsistent readings, return it right away and report the listing if it appears deceptive. The goal isn't paranoia. The goal is simple. Don't pay premium prices for products that are basically designed to exploit your trust. Scam number 2 is the fake Amazon security call or text. And if you're a senior, it's one of the most common ways people get pressured into doing something they would never do in a calm moment. It usually starts with a message that hits you right in the stomach. Did you authorize this purchase? Or your Prime account has been renewed for $139. Or we detected suspicious activity. Sometimes it's a phone call, sometimes it's a text, sometimes it's an email that looks real enough at a glance. And the scammer's whole job is to flip one switch in your brain, from calm to urgent. The playbook is pretty consistent. Someone pretends to be Amazon, tells you there's a suspicious charge, and then tells you to fix it right now. Seniors get targeted because it sounds like the responsible thing to handle quickly. Nobody wants identity theft. Nobody wants their card compromised. And scammers know many seniors are polite, conscientious, and not looking to make a scene, so they pressure you with a confident voice and a fake sense of authority. Then the scam turns. They might say they need to verify your account, which is really them fishing for your password, your one-time code, or your card details. Or they'll push the gift card angle. They'll say your account is frozen, your bank is compromised, or your money is at risk, and the safe way to protect it is to buy gift cards and read the codes to them. And if you've never heard of that before, it can sound weird but plausible when you're scared, because they'll wrap it in technical language and talk fast. Another version is the refund con. They claim they're issuing a refund, tell you to log into your bank, and then they try to manipulate what you see on the screen so it looks like they refunded too much. Then they pressure you to send money back. The details vary, but the psychological trick is always the same: fear, urgency, and confusion. If they can keep you from slowing down, you'll do something you'd never do if you took 10 minutes and called your daughter, your son, your neighbor, or your bank. Here's the senior safe rule that works every single time. If you get a call, hang up. Don't argue, don't explain, just hang up. If you get a text or email, don't click the link and don't call the number in the message. Instead, on your own, open the Amazon app you already use, or type Amazon's web address yourself and check your orders and messages there. If there's no issue inside your actual account, there's no issue. And if you're still unsure, contact Amazon using the official contact options inside the app, not what some random text gives you. Now, add a couple protective habits that are simple and senior-friendly. Turn on two-step verification for your Amazon account. Let unknown callers go to voicemail. If it's real, they can leave a message and you can verify it calmly. And decide right now that you will never buy gift cards because someone on the phone told you to. That's not being rude, that's being safe. If you think you've interacted with one of these scammers, don't feel embarrassed. It's designed to catch good people. Change your Amazon password and your email password, check your payment methods and recent orders, and contact your bank or card issuer quickly if money was lost. And report it. When you report scams, you're not just helping yourself, you're helping the next senior who's about to get that same call tomorrow morning.
Scam number 3 is what I call the quiet drain. Subscriptions and add-ons you didn't truly mean to sign up for, especially Prime trials, recurring services, and little monthly charges that keep hitting your card. To be clear, Prime itself isn't a scam. Plenty of seniors love it for shipping and easy returns, especially if driving is harder or you're caring for someone at home. The problem is when you get signed up without fully realizing it, when canceling is confusing, or when the checkout flow nudges you into something you didn't ask for. And seniors are especially vulnerable because a small monthly charge can quietly eat a fixed income if it's happening in a few places at once. This isn't just people complaining. Regulators have put real attention on how subscription signups and cancellations work online. The practical takeaway for you as a shopper is simple. If you don't actively monitor subscriptions, the system will happily keep charging you. And the charges don't feel like a big emergency, they feel like background noise. That's why it's dangerous. In real life, the quiet drain usually looks like one of 3 things. 1, you're placing an order and you click a button that looks like the normal next step, and suddenly you're in a membership. 2, you accept a free trial of something, music, streaming, storage, a delivery perk, and forget to cancel before it renews. Or 3, you add something like an extended warranty, a subscription delivery, or a digital service without realizing it's recurring. And because the charges are relatively small, $10 here, $15 there, people don't always catch them right away. Seniors especially might not want to fuss, or they might think, maybe I did that, and let it slide. Here's the prevention routine I want every senior to have because it takes 5 minutes and it saves real money. Once a month, open your Amazon account and look at your memberships and subscriptions. If you don't recognize it, cancel it. If you don't use it, cancel it. Then look at your payment methods and make sure there isn't an old card on file you forgot about. Next, search your email for words like subscription, membership, renewal, trial, and receipt. Those are the warning words. If you find something you didn't intend, handle it immediately while it's still recent. Another practical protection: for online shopping, use a credit card instead of a debit card. If a weird subscription hits your debit card, your checking balance is affected immediately. With a credit card, disputes are often cleaner, and you keep your bank balance protected while the issue is sorted out. And if you're cautious, set up transaction alerts with your bank or card issuer so you get a text whenever Amazon charges your card. Seniors love this once it's set up because it turns quiet drain into I see it instantly. Now, what if you realize you were charged for something you didn't intend? First, cancel it in your account. Second, contact Amazon support through the official app or website and ask about a refund, especially if it's recent and unused. Be calm and direct. I didn't intend to enroll, I didn't use it, and I want it canceled and refunded. Third, if you get resistance and you truly believe you didn't authorize it, dispute it with your card issuer. That's what disputes are for. You're not being difficult, you're protecting your money. The bigger message is this: scams don't always show up as a stranger on the phone. Sometimes they show up as a confusing screen and a recurring charge. Seniors deserve online shopping that is clear and honest. So treat your subscriptions like you treat medications. Do a regular check, keep only what you need, and don't let small charges pile up quietly.
Scam number 4 is price gouging and third-party seller sticker shock, and seniors get hit the hardest because it targets essentials, things you feel you can't wait on. This one spikes during emergencies, flu season, supply shortages, and even holiday rushes when normal items suddenly become scarce. You go to Amazon for something basic: cold medicine, masks, cleaning supplies, toilet paper, batteries, a space heater, and the price makes you blink. Not a little higher, sometimes wildly higher. And the trap is that it feels urgent. If you're sick, caring for someone, or trying to stay safe, you're more likely to pay whatever it costs just to get it done. Here's the honest mechanics of it. Amazon is not one store, it's a giant mall. When an item is scarce, third-party sellers can list it at whatever price they think desperate people will pay. During the pandemic, there were public allegations and legal disputes about extreme spikes, items jumping from normal pricing to jaw-dropping pricing. And whether or not every single listing meets a legal definition, seniors don't need a court ruling to know when they're being taken advantage of. If a basic item goes from normal to "are you kidding me" overnight, something is wrong. And the reason this hits seniors hardest is that essentials are not optional. If you need a certain kind of health item or you need supplies because your doctor told you to reduce risk, you can't always shop around the way a younger person might. Transportation, energy, weather, mobility, those are real factors. Gougers know that. They're betting you'll pay because you feel boxed in. So here's how you fight back without turning shopping into a part-time job. First, slow down and check who the seller is. If the price is extreme and it's a third-party seller you've never heard of, treat it as suspicious. Second, compare. Open a second tab and check the same category item at Walmart, Target, Costco, CVS, Walgreens, or even a local grocery store. If Amazon is double or triple, you're probably seeing gouging or scarcity pricing, not the new normal. Third, think in unit pricing. Seniors are great at this because you grew up doing it. Don't just look at $39.99 for a bottle. Look at how many pills, how many ounces, how many masks, how many sheets. Gougers hide behind big totals when people are stressed. Unit pricing brings reality back into the room. Fourth, if it's not urgent, try the wait it out strategy. A lot of spikes are temporary. Save the item, check again tomorrow, and see if normal inventory comes back. Fifth, build a small buffer of the true essentials ahead of time so you're not forced to buy at the peak. I'm not saying hoard, I'm saying keep a sensible reserve. A couple weeks of household basics, extra batteries, and the everyday health items your doctor already approves for you. That one small habit can save you hundreds over a year because you're not buying in a panic. And if you do get caught by a gouging listing, don't just shrug. Report it to Amazon. If it's during a declared emergency, many states take price gouging complaints through consumer protection offices or attorneys general. Complaints matter because they help identify patterns. The most important thing is recognizing the emotional trigger. When you feel urgency and scarcity, that's when you're most vulnerable. Gouging is basically a tax on fear. Seniors have earned the right to shop without being exploited, so slow down, compare, and take back control. Scam number 5 is the mystery package and fake review scam, often called brushing, and it sounds harmless until you understand what it's really doing. You open your door and there's a package you didn't order. It might be a cheap luxury item like a ring, a beauty product, or a small gadget. You think, maybe Amazon messed up, maybe someone sent a gift. But the real purpose is not generosity. The purpose is manipulation. Sellers send items to real addresses so they can create verified delivery activity and then post fake reviews using real names and real locations. In plain English, they're using you as a prop to make their junk look popular. For seniors, the danger isn't the free trinket. The danger is what it signals. It can mean someone has your name and address and is using it for account activity, or that a seller is abusing the system in a way that's connected to your identity. And seniors are often more likely to respond politely, like, I should figure out who sent this, or I should scan this code and do the right thing. Scammers love that instinct. And now there's an extra trap layered on top, QR codes. Sometimes the package includes a QR code that says something like scan to confirm, scan for gift message, or scan to identify sender. The problem is that QR codes can send you anywhere, including a fake site designed to steal your personal information. If you scan and it asks you to log in, enter a password, confirm a card, or verify anything, stop. That's how they turn a harmless package into a stolen account. So what should a senior do if a mystery Amazon package shows up? First, don't scan anything on it. Don't click links on any insert. Second, check with family members the simple way. Call or text someone you trust and ask if they sent it. Third, log into your Amazon account the normal way and look at your orders. If it's not there, it's not your order. Fourth, report it through Amazon's help options for unsolicited packages so they can investigate and take action against the seller. Next, lock down your account. Change your Amazon password and your email password. Turn on two-step verification. Then check your addresses and payment methods to make sure nothing unfamiliar has been added. If you see anything strange, contact Amazon support through the official app or website. And here's a step a lot of seniors skip but shouldn't. Check your credit report regularly. If your identity is being used in weird ways, you want to spot it early. Now, there's another layer of brushing that matters for seniors as shoppers: fake reviews. If sellers are willing to game reviews, that means reviews can be noisy, especially on too perfect listings. So when you're shopping for senior-relevant products, health items, mobility aids, home safety products, don't treat reviews like gospel. Look for detailed reviews with photos. Look for verified purchases. Look for reviews spread over time, not a sudden flood. And if the reviews sound generic and repetitive, trust your gut. Finally, if you received something you didn't order, don't feel like you owe anyone anything. You're not required to pay. You're not required to scan a code to return it. Your job is to protect your accounts and report suspicious activity. Seniors are often conscientious, and scammers love that. So give yourself permission to be direct. I didn't order this. I'm not engaging with it. I'm reporting it and securing my accounts. An unexpected package is not a gift, it's a signal. Treat it like a security check, and you'll stay miles ahead of the people trying to use your name to sell junk.